smart dust, nano, like everything has already been discussed, but our country is still in the dinosaur era when it comes to technologies, our police departments, our agents, government agencies, justice departments, our medical departments, and it's all by design. I'm sitting here and I'm going to tell you that it's all by design because all of the technology exists to completely infiltrate us on a cellular level, okay? Biowarfare, bioterrorism, and nothing in our system is set up to protect us right now, and there are no laws protecting us. So those are some like key things that we really have to freaking talk about and understand, because the technology is not only here, but it has been here for a really long time. Now it has evolved because since my infiltration into my biology, which I did not consent to ever, it has improved and enhanced in such a way because I've been like a lab testing rat for them. And so now it is so advanced. And then the people don't understand the advancements of these technologies and how deadly they are. And now everybody is trying to push these AI agendas. They're trying to push everything out. They're investing in it, and it is deadly. There is nothing about it that is not deadly. And so I think that's like a really big message right now is AI is deadly, okay? So when they are showcasing their latest robots, okay, that act like humans at a subway station and they can freaking put in the card, those are humans, okay? They took a freaking human's life and they put it into the robot. And by showcasing those robots, they're showing us that they can replace us. They're threatening us. That is a threat. That is them telling us that if we don't step in line, they will replace us with robots, okay? That's part of their dehumanization agenda. So we have to wake up to who is running the show, where they're getting the money, okay, and why they think that they can violate human sovereignty and program the DNA now through their technologies, creating their own metaverse, okay, their entire metaverse of insanity that keeps the Satanists at the freaking top of the leaderboard while they're filling up on light workers' energy fields like we're freaking, gas stations. That's literally how they're treating us right now. Like we're their freaking gas station, okay? They're going to be filling up on us, and they already are filling up on us. So everybody, I don't know if you remember, but there was like a surge of light workers in 2021, okay, that were going through a Kundalini awakening. Do you guys remember? Like every freaking light worker was going through a Kundalini awakening, and it is like the Kundalini it's the root chakra, but it's pulling through all the other chakras, and it's coming through the sacral chakra. And I remember specifically seeing a man who was a light worker who was getting attacked by some really dark stuff, and I reached out to him because I was having a similar experience with him, later on that year. And I said to him, how did you clear it? And he said, it's through the sexual energies, it's through the sacral. Okay, so now, we're gonna fast forward, okay, we're like, 3 years out from that, and I have realized that is the core component to Monarch Mind Control, MK Ultra, okay, and these technology agendas, which are basically feeding off of our energy fields, and then they're putting these freaking technologies, attaching them to our biology, and so they can actually get into our biology. And not only that, once they are in your mind, they are in your freaking brain through their freaking connector shit. They can see everything you've done, and they can steal your records. They can steal your Akashic records. They steal everything. But you know what? The light workers don't know jack shit about that until they're a victim of it. And that's where they're going. So I just researched, actually, I didn't know this, but there is a group that is very volatile, sexually volatile, okay? And it was brought to my attention yesterday, and the name of the group is Incel. It started in Canada, which is interesting because that's where a lot of the MK Ultra agendas are. Kanye West's personal freaking trainer, he was a Canadian intelligence officer, okay? Isn't that freaking weird? Isn't that weird? But I had people come to me, and right now there's a major lawsuit right now going on in Canada with all of the victims of MK Ultra, okay? And US is involved in that, but I don't think that there's going to be any type of repercussions for US right now. So it's like a really interesting thing, because this is the agenda could have started potentially in Canada, okay? But now it trickled into the US through possibly corruption or control, or through networks, groups, okay, that are not here working for our country in any way, and infiltrated its way in. Now, I did mention I called ISIS to report. I wanted to report this human trafficking type of device, because that's what it is. It's a device weapon. And they, the answering machine said, how they're spelling out their website. It was India, okay? Came in Oscar, Oscar and golf. And I thought that was so weird. Like, it's like, I feel like they're like, I know you're coming here for one thing, but here, I'm going to redirect you to where you need to go. Okay, I'm going to redirect you out to where the trafficking really is. So here it is. I mean, it's like really odd. So then, I don't know, like everything just, to me, it just feels like, okay, all right, this is what's happening now. So back to Incel, okay? So Incel, I don't know if you guys remember, but they were targeting Greta Thunberg, okay? And I can't really say her name correctly, but she is the environmentalist activist. And I remember that. I was like, why are they targeting her? She's so young. She's trying to do good things for the planet, blah, blah, blah. I didn't look into the group at all, that they were a sexually abusive group. I didn't really look into that. I knew that they abused, like, I know that they stood for, abusive women, like hitting them, but it's a sexually focused group. It's sexually focused. I just was looking up all of the information that they are a growing threat globally. I mean, they're moving through as a global terrorist threat. They said that when he was arrested in another country. They found him, the leader of this cult, that he raised $11 million in prison. Okay, that's a little odd. Okay, that's a little odd. You would get $11 million, okay, while you're in prison, okay? Anyways, but I remembered seeing that news go out about her and thinking to myself, I wonder if we're being targeted by the same group. But like, I didn't at that time connect the dots. Like, I didn't like look into it. Like, I didn't really like research what they do. But when I looked up their conduct and how they treat women, it sounded identical to the abuse that I have experienced with being raped through their freaking technology devices. They are gamers, they're linked to technology, and they go right, they do monarch mind control on you. They are part of that group, and if you don't submit, they basically take your life. That's the energy. They are satanic, and that's what has come up for me over and over again. And it says that it was something like they have like 3 million members or something along those lines. And the interesting thing is that no police departments probably even know that on our own soil. Like, they don't even have that information that Incel is a freaking terrorist threat, and it has the advanced technology to infiltrate someone's biology and take their freaking life. They don't have that information. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm implicating Incel right now. It says that they do all the things that they have said to me in my freaking ear over the last 3 years, okay? And they're gamers. So to me, it just seems pretty obvious that they're probably connected to this if they targeted an environmentalist. Now, when I went to the doctor to talk about this specific attack, he said he had only one other person experience it, and they were an environmentalist. I started talking heavily about in the environment on my channel in 2021. I started talking about that. That did become a part of my platform at that time. So it does kind of make me think that obviously they are targeting the people that are here for the planet, for humanity. Obviously, they are going after all of those people. They have gone after civil liberties, okay? They have gone after, everybody that doesn't fit into their category. They are racist. They have told me that I have to be racist. They have said that to me in my ear. There's all of these things that are happening, and I think a lot of people like me would never be able to figure it out because it's not in our vicinity, okay? Like a terrorist group is not something that a light being or a light worker is going to be aware of, and they're not going to know why they're being targeted and why they're trying to kill them, okay? Because that's what they're essentially doing. Now, shortly after that infiltration happened with Greta, she was arrested. I don't know if you guys follow that news, but she was arrested because she was at an event, I guess, trying to stand up for humanity and human rights, and then she was arrested. But I just thought that was weird because I was like, all of a sudden she's getting arrested, this girl, but she was praised before, okay? So part of the infiltration is that they break into your sacred records or sacred portal, and they are pros at this. The reason he's getting 11 million in prison is probably because he's feeding off of everybody's freaking energy and stealing all of their records and doing whatever he freaking wants. I'm sure that's probably what they're doing because it seems like they freaking are taking from us. These lower beings are taking from light workers, It's like, how is it they have all the money? It's a science. It's designed that way. They're taking our destinies and they're filling up on our freaking energy fields. And I, right now, am trying to get energies away from me. I am trying to get people's energies away from me that have infiltrated my DNA. And right now, in reality, in 3D, it is very hard to feel like you are going to get justice on a crime that is so severe, so terrible, because they are literally in your biology, they're in your freaking eyes, they're in your ears, your brain, your freaking mind, and then they're committing crimes using your energy field, which is even crazier because the DNA technology is so freaking advanced right now. It is so freaking advanced that they can place you in another state you don't even fucking live and then place that blame on you that you have freaking committed their freaking crime. And then they can go into your records and create that experience in a false record. Okay, that's where we're at right now. That is where we are at. So when somebody comes up and says, AI is great. It has some great potential. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. Or, these technologies are really good. They're lying. They're freaking lying. Or they're uneducated. They are uneducated. These technologies are deadly. It is the end of the human race. They have to go. There is no gray area. It is you have to go because too many people have access to these systems and technologies now. Too many evil people have access to these technologies and the AI, okay? And now there's talking about this event that happened in Miami with aliens, and it just sounds so trippy. I'm like, okay, all right. So the trippiest part is that the people who witnessed these aliens, okay, that just arrived in the freaking mall, how did they arrive? Did they come in via spaceship or they just appeared? Right now we have technologies. China just announced a technology that can disappear people. Okay, they just showcased it on the stage, on the global stage, that they can make things disappear. Well, if we have the advancements, we're working on a military freaking plane right now that disappears. So if we're working on these advancements right now that we can have things disappear that are in our energy field, where are our protections? Where are our protections? And who's working on it? Who's working? Do they got our backs? Do they freaking have our backs? Do they give a shit about us? And who's funding it? Who is funding that freaking agenda? Why would anyone think that it's a good idea to freaking create an invisible freaking threat to us? Why do they think that's a good idea? I don't understand. Once the technology is created, it's created. Like, that's it. So that means that we can have freaking assassins in our fucking house just killing us. Like, at any moment in time, without a warning and without any protections. Like, that's what I don't freaking understand. Like, what the hell are we doing? I don't really understand. Why are we working on an invisible plane right now? So what? So we can take out the enemy without them even knowing? Like, can't we freaking grow up? Isn't there something more advanced that we can do instead of freaking having to like endanger every single person? Every single person? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. It's like we are like, it's like it's an advanced technology, but it's dinosaur thinking. It's like, okay, we're in the dinosaur age, okay? Let's go back to dinosaur land, okay? Of like how we can take out the enemy and go after them. Like, instead of realigning the energies of the universe to the correct algorithms that actually bring in the fate and the destinies and bring in everything that would essentially bring people back into alignment and not into hatred, okay? Not into destruction. But no, we don't think like that. We think about, I'm gonna win because I have the invisible plane, or I have this, you know, like what are we doing? Like, what are we freaking doing? Like, I don't understand. And then we're going after the people that make sense. We're going after them. We're targeting them. We're draining their bank accounts because they make too much sense. Oh, they make too much sense. We didn't think about that. How much does that fucking cost? How much is your budget to create that fucking thing? Like, I want to know they're showing that they're doing explosives, okay, on our soil. Like, why? Like, why? They're exploding the moon right now. They're exploding the fucking moon. Like, whose idea is that? Like, good idea. Let's explode the moon. Like, good idea, guys. Let's do all of this stuff. Like, I honestly, like, I'm so like, okay, we're here again. Here we are, the advanced technologies that are gonna kill us all. Oh, good idea. So let's go get our bunkers, okay? Let's create the bunker village. How much is that gonna cost? Like, it's just like insanity. It's like, how insane can you get? Like, let's play the game. How insane are you? Okay, we're gonna create a bunker village. How much is that gonna cost? Oh, good idea. So that if the world gets destroyed, you survive. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's your idea? That's your big idea is a bunker village? Like, I don't know. Like I just don't understand it. Like, I don't freaking understand it because they're preparing for the end of the world. What does that mean? Like, they're preparing for the end. Why don't you fucking not do that? How about you change the world, idiot? How about you don't create a bunker village with that money? How about you abolish the technologies that are going to destroy the world? No, we don't think like that. We don't think like that ever. Never. We never think like that. It's like, okay, we're going to do the complete opposite to show off how much money we have and show that we don't do anything good with it and continue our little freaking satanic journey into no man's land when everybody just disappears. Like, that's where they're going right now. That's where they're going. Oh my God. Anyways, that's like a rant. But I just like don't understand the stupidity of these people. Like, I'm just like, if you want to be a world leader, okay, if you think you're good enough to be a world leader, you think you're good enough, okay, how about you have to go to an ethics school, okay? How about you have to go and sign a human rights agreement, okay, that you will respect people's human rights and not think you have to murder people to be in power anymore? Like, can we freaking move forward, people? Like, can we fucking figure it out? Like, it doesn't work. And now everybody's crying because they're freaking losing all their freaking money. Oh, I wonder why. How many millions of people did you just wipe out with your freaking pandemic, you dipshits? And here's another one on Bill Gates' freaking predictions. Another pandemic coming through. Like, I wonder why he's predicting a pandemic. Does he know something about a pandemic that was being created in a lab? You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck is running the world right now? Like, who is running the freaking world? Like, it's just insanity. And then the Greta Thunbergs or whatever are the ones being arrested. You know what I mean? It's like, what the freaking hell, dude? Like, I don't like. It's like, if you want to be in the billionaires club, you have to be batshit crazy, okay? And that's the only way you get in. It's like, you have to be fucking crazy as fuck, and you have to murder people. Like, that's the only way in to the billionaires club is you have to be fucking psychotic and crazy as fuck. I honestly, like, I cannot handle it anymore. Like, I can't. Like, I'm just like, dipshits are us. Here we are. This is who we are right now. Freaking assholes. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know that we have to protect our energy field if you are a light worker and you're here. If you're a spy and you're here for a dark government, you can go after yourself. But we have to protect ourselves, okay, against this dark agenda, which they can't survive anymore. And they know that. They know that they can't survive because they went too far. They sold their souls and they're expired. So what do? They go after everybody else. They go after our destinies. They go after everybody because they never go down for the crime. They never go down for the crime because they think they're above the crime because they have too much knowledge. Well, those people shouldn't have any knowledge at all. They didn't earn it. They don't do anything. They steal it. They steal it through their dark rituals, their black magic. They steal everything. They steal it. That's what they freaking do. And now it's like, okay, they decided, I don't know if they became aliens. I don't know what the new thing. Like I was like in Miami, I was like, they're probably humans that like lost their bodies, okay? And then they wanted to come back to Earth for like a day. And then they like came back and then they like, and they had to leave. and then they had to leave. And then everybody who witnessed it, they had to get their minds erased because that's totally fucking normal. Is that protocol to deal with aliens that accidentally arrived? Did we interview the aliens? Did we ask them if they accidentally became aliens and then they freaking forgot where their bodies were and then they're like couldn't get the bodies back so they had to show up as aliens because they're fucking stuck in another dimension? Like, do we interview the aliens? Do we ask them who they are? Are they former celebrities? Like, who the fuck are they? Because maybe they did something for a reason because they're trying to show people that maybe they were humans and something happened to them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like shit like that. Like, you're just like, can we fucking wake the fuck up? Can we like just not go into fear mode? Let's not like bring in the, like, they said there was like all these cop cars and like they didn't know what to do. And so then they are like, okay, we're going to erase the minds of everybody who witnessed this. Like, wait, what? Maybe they were calling for help. Maybe there was like a situation like we need to like be aware of. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, I don't know. It's like so weird. Like, maybe call an alien guy, you know, somebody who freaking specializes in aliens. And like, why do we have to erase people's memory of the event and like seize the phones? Like, maybe it's just time. Like, maybe it's time we just out the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, what fucking happened that aliens showed up in Miami? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? I cannot handle it right now. I cannot freaking handle it. Are they the aliens that go around my head? Like, who are they? Oh my god. Anyways, so I think that just in terms of like how we handle situations is a little strange right now, and I feel like we really need to just like come forward and start growing up and stop pretending with our stupid jargon at our stupid conferences and just freaking be real. Like, just be like, okay, we fucked up. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. We're gonna work on that. Like, why do we have to be such idiots? Like, all the fucking time. Like, this is like the shit. Like, I remember being in corporate and we'd be in like a 3-hour meeting over jack shit. And it was all about how people could get their point out, how they could get the point out without ruffling any feathers, and then still agree to disagree, and then nothing ever gets done. And then like by end of 3 hours, we come to zero conclusions, right? But we made everybody happy. It was like, why are we in a corporate meeting if we don't do anything? Like, that's what we are. Like, we just fucking did nothing. And everybody had to talk a certain way, and act a certain way. And I was just looking at them like, what a waste of fucking time. Like, what a fucking waste of time. Like, and I can't even imagine. Like, if there was somebody like me in Congress, I would just be like, I don't really understand what we're doing here. Like, why aren't we talking about what we need to talk about? Like, ever. Like, that's what I would be thinking right now. I'd be like, okay, we have an AI problem. We have a freaking bioterrorism problem. They're turning our freaking air into a weapon right now. Our air is a weapon. Air is a weapon. You know, like, what are we doing? I don't understand. And I'm not trying to insult anybody at all right now, but it's like we are so far off of what the agenda should be. And I know a lot of people have been pushing for these things. There are a lot of advocates out there that have been pushing, and there's a lot of people that want to come forward, and a lot of people don't feel protected under whistleblower laws and shit like that. But it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, we are just dinosaur, like, all around. Like, I'm just like, we are fucking dinosaurs. Like, how the hell can we pull together with dinosaur freaking procedures? Like, we are just, everything just feels so overcomplicated. Like, I was like around a dude yesterday and he was complaining about the DMV and like that, like, he had to do something and then they took his car and just all this stuff. And it's like, to feel like your own DMV is like out to get you is like, it's so inferior. It's like, I'm a US citizen. I'm an American. Like, why do I have to be made feel like I do something wrong? Like, why do I have to take the same stupid fucking, test and it's like, I just moved from a different state, dude. Like, that's it. Like, I was fine there, but I'm not fine here. Like, it's so weird. Like, everything is just so fucking weird right now. Oh my god. So anyways, let me see. I know you guys left me some comments right now. Say it loud. Oh my gosh. I didn't receive your notification until now. That's interesting. Can they physically attack us? Absolutely. Oh yeah, physically. The technologies they have, what I have experienced is insane, okay? They can go into my spine, okay? They have pricked my spine. This is not a mental thing, dude. They freaking hit your body parts. Like, they're in your freaking body, dude. It's alien shit. It is crazy, batshit crazy stuff, okay? That is what they are freaking doing. They are in your freaking organs. They are in everything. My foot is ringing right now. My foot is ringing, guys. Like, my freaking foot. I just figured it out that that's how they get into your sacred portal. And that's how they freaking steal your freaking life. That's how they steal your life. All these freaking celebrities that get suddenly sick, that is not an accident. They get targeted, dude. Like, they get targeted. They get targeted and they get forced, I feel like, to sell their soul. Like, I feel like it is designed for them to sell their soul. Like, that's what a lot of their contracts are, okay? Like, it's like a lot of stuff that has been going on is designed. Like, right now, whatever this is, I have a shut up team right now that is like, shut the fuck up, because they are not part of the light. They don't work for the light. Every day I am being infiltrated by psychopaths, okay? Every day I am almost dying. Every fucking day is a challenge for me. I have to work against, it feels like teams of assholes. Like, every fucking day for me is working against teams of assholes, okay? And maybe there's a good person in that, maybe there's like one or two good people, I don't even know, but every fucking day I am waking up and being like radiated, okay? Like, there is some fucking weird machine that's attacking me while I sleep or taking my life. And that is because they got my biology, and they should not have ever gotten my biology. I never gave consent to anyone to biohack me. I never gave consent. So there is no consent forms with Psycho, okay? There is no consent forms ever, okay? And they're so excited about rolling out this technology. Well, who are the people who invested in their freaking technologies? Who are the backers? Who are they? Are they from other countries? Like, we're working with people that don't care about humans, like, and taking money from them. Like, they're the backers and they don't care about humans. That's weird. And then we're creating the technology for them because they don't care. They have no ethics, no values, but they have all the money. It's fucking weird. Like, it's really weird. And then we are, the US is teaming up with all of these people for the money, and then they're getting the technology to kill us. Like, because they don't care about humans. There are people out there that don't give a shit about humans. There are people who are leaders in other countries that want to kill humans and live off of them so that they have this fantastic fucking epic life that they don't deserve, and everybody else freaking dies. And so I think we're working on that right now. Get out of my back. We're working on that right now, and I think we have to just wake the F up. But a lot of these groups have been infiltrated. Like, how does Incel have 3 million, members? Like, that's insane. And so I just think it's like a really strange thing that there is like all these memberships, and like, it makes me concerned because that's going to be something really top secret. Do we have officers in Incel? Do we have officers in Incel? Like, I don't know. Like, do we have people in there that should not be in there? And then they would protect that group, because once they get into your biology, that's it. Like, once they get your codes, that's it. Like, they get your codes. If you don't know how to protect yourself, then you essentially sell your soul. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't know how to protect yourself, that's why it's like right now, it's like people have to learn how, like, they need to be taking, like, my class, Divine Sorcery. They need to fucking learn how to work with the light to protect themselves, because we have gone too far to the dark now. We have gone too freaking far. Everybody is at risk of being infiltrated if they are in the spotlight in any freaking way. If any of them sense your energy is positive or good, they want it. They freaking like, I'll buy her, I'll buy her, I'll buy him. That's how they look at us. Like, we're a freaking meat market. We're a freaking meat market to them. So that's the stuff that we really have to wake up to right now. So, all right, I have alignment coming in right now. So maybe now it is the time for us, since everything's going to start coming out. I mean, I know all the lists with Epstein is coming out. But, like, honestly, the energy with all of that just feels like cover-ups. Like, it's just going to be more cover. It's like, I feel like there's going to be like, okay, so you're in that, so we're just have to like cover that up, just cover it up. Like, I feel like there's gonna be like more cover-ups, like more cover instead of being like, you know what, I was infiltrated by Jeffrey Epstein. I think that was a job. You know what I mean? Like maybe we just need to step it up a notch and be like, I was maybe infiltrated, okay, and maybe I was infiltrated because I was a celebrity, or maybe I was, you know, part of a political party. Maybe it's not what we think. Maybe I felt like I had no choice once I arrived to an island. Maybe I felt like I would not be able to get the fuck out because I didn't have a fucking plane and I was stupid. You know what I mean? Like maybe we just not do cover-ups anymore and we fucking say, I was probably infiltrated by him. So who owns Jeffrey Epstein? Where's the fucking money? Like, why don't we fucking just take it to the next level right now, okay? And I'm not saying like we're gonna protect everybody from what they did, but maybe if they came forward and, you know, showed emotion about what they had to do, okay, because they didn't know how to get out, maybe we would fucking have compassion for them, okay? And then we wouldn't want to fucking torture them and torch their businesses, and maybe they would feel protected by us in some way, and maybe we could all kind of come together and freaking have a powwow, okay, and sing Kumbaya. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we freaking have to go right now, because everybody thinks that it is always, you know, it's like, I don't know, it just feels like it just feels like we're just a bunch of babies. Like I'm just like, when are we gonna fucking do this shit? When are we gonna fucking come clean? When are we gonna grow up? You know, when are we gonna fucking understand what really happened? You know, like, when are we gonna get to the source of all of it? I just want to throw up right now, so. Probably some black magic coming through. Yeah, no compassion for them. But maybe there's another story that we never get, you know what I mean? Like, that one guy came through, I can't remember his name. Was it Hilton was his name? He came through and he, you know, witnessed a crime or whatever through, you know, some kind of a ritual, and he came through and he talked about it, but he lost his mind. Like, he started crying so freaking hard. That gave me compassion for him. Now, he's not on YouTube anymore, but it gave me some form of compassion in some way, that he didn't know what he was going into, and what he had to witness was so horrific that he can't freaking stomach it, and he can't even freaking talk about it, okay? That gave me, you know, a sense of compassion for him, and it made me feel like he was possibly a victim. So why aren't we changing the, you know, it's like, we have to start looking at things from a completely different perspective and angle, and how we can finally like get the light out there and the truth out there, so then we can start to formulate, you know, teams of people that don't want this to happen to anybody else, you know what I mean, to protect them from this ever happening again, and to maybe have an awareness of it, that maybe like not everybody voluntarily did this, okay? That's kind of like the energies that I'm feeling right now. And then a lot of them, you know, might think that, you know, that because they did this, that they, you know, that something terrible is gonna happen to them, and maybe they have to figure that out, okay? Maybe they have to figure that out. Maybe they have to freaking go to Jesus, or go repent, or do something to help the world, you know, getting on the global stage to help people, to reverse the crime, to reverse what they did, saying prayers for the baby, saying prayers for the soul, saying prayers for what they fucking did. Like, they gotta fucking fix it. Like, they have to figure it out and go to the light. Like, that's it. You don't just keep doing it. You don't just keep freaking doing it. Like, that's what has to fucking change. So, and then maybe a lot of them wouldn't be so sick. And then like, I don't know, this is just my thoughts. I'm sorry, these are just the Amy thoughts coming through today. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys there. I'm gonna leave you guys there because I think there's a lot more victims than there are perpetrators, but they don't know how to get out of the situation, so they become perpetrators, and then it gets worse and worse and worse, and they can't get the fuck out. And we have to look at every part of, I guess, how this is created, like who creates this, and how to fix it, in order for us to come into some kind of alignment. There you go, alignment right now. So anyways, I just want to thank you all for joining me on my live, like all 40 of you. I really appreciate you. Definitely give me a thumbs up, and if you guys can leave me a comment if you're new here, subscribe.